Oh, yeah. Okay, who'd like to start? Anybody? Matt?
Oliver, pleased with the way you came back from going behind twice?
Yes, absolutely pleased with the performance. First 10 minutes, told the players at halftime, we could see the difference between Conference League and Premier League. Conference League is also very technical, but Premier League is so physical. And we were 1-0 down, looked like a déjà vu from the Bournemouth game. Corner, near post, conceding. Of course, we talked about it, but yeah. But the reaction was great, to be honest. Then we came back into the game. I think played well, scored an amazing goal, and second half almost the same. Yeah, so it was no chance, but then making one mistake, and we are 2-1 down. And then when you have a game 3 days ago, I had a game 3 days ago playing against Everton, who's really playing very well, defending very well, and everybody knows when they defend in a deep block, it's not so easy to create chances against them. But then the way we played, the way we created chances, the commitment, the desire, the confidence, the determination we had to play forward, to create chances, to score a goal was awesome for me. And at the end, fully deserved. And for me, then the reaction I loved, and it's not now, okay, taking a breath, it's 2-2. Save the point, it was, okay, let's go for the win. And at the end, it felt like Everton had played 3 days ago because we looked fresher, and that's huge credit to the players.
It's interesting you talk about like Everton looking, also your team looking fresher, because obviously last week you spoke about the mental fatigue. They didn't look mentally fatigued or really that, apart from moments, physically fatigued. Do you think that partly was because of the momentum and the excitement of Thursday night getting to the Conference League final? Why do you think that was?
Yeah, I think the difference is the Bournemouth game was between the two semi-finals. You know, let's say the job in the Conference League was not done. Whereas now we have 2.5 weeks time, so the final is so far away. And you know, in our schedule, it was our 56th game, I think, of the season. In our schedule, 2.5 weeks feels like eternity. You know, so we don't think about it and talk about it. And also right now, you know, we have now to prepare for City and not for Vallecano. And this was the opposite. This was different to the Bournemouth game. Yeah, we knew it's just half-time. We also had the traveling. And honestly, the players looked much better yesterday. That's why I also decided not to rotate a lot. It was just the strikers. And Jeremy Pino was sick, so that's why he was not involved in today's game. But I think it was a little bit different, and also not just the players, because this is... I think that also the development, for example, because I remember when we played Everton away with excellent first 60 minutes, but then we dropped off. And we had also a Thursday night game. We were physically fatigued. Yeah? And today it was the opposite. Yeah? So, and I think this is just the development and the progression the team made when we're talking about dealing with situations, using the experience to learn. I think today was an evidence that the team is really learning. But on the other side, in 3 days we have to go again. But this performance today will help us to play a great game at City Ground.
A point obviously means you're that much closer, that little bit closer to Premier League safety. Has there been any sort of nagging concern in the back of your mind or the players' minds at all about getting to that point? And if West Ham don't win tonight, then you will be safe. Would that help going forward as well, do you think?
Yeah, we said we want to make the Premier League clear. Is this right? Yeah. This Sunday with a win. That's why we wanted to win, because we never want to depend on somebody else. We always want to decide it ourselves, and this was the way we played, and this is what I liked. And now let's see how the game is going. But to be honest, if we play like we played today, we will make enough points to stay in the league, even when we play City and Arsenal and at Brentford. So it's maybe not the easiest games to play, but we have shown that we are competitive against any team if we have this mentality, if we have this spirit, and if we have this commitment to the game. And so that's why at the end, yes, we're talking about it, but we will get enough points, definitely.
Ed.
Oliver, there was an incident at the end of the first half. It looked like a penalty should have been given to Crystal Palace. What were your views on that? And
with Jørgen?
Yes. And did you have a few words with David Moyes about that incident? I saw.
No, David and I. We are. Even David is a bit older than I am, but we said in the dugout, we said we are old school, and the referee has a few too soft decisions, but on both sides. So I watched it back. Joanne showed it to me, and to be honest, shouldn't be a penalty. So in the Premier League, no. I think it's what really Premier League is famous for, and it was a push, but again, this sort kind of pushes you have in every set play so often. So I think would have helped us, but I think it was okay.
Pass it along, thanks.
Although you said in your programme notes that Everton were a formidable opponent, I mean, how satisfied were you? Are you able to adapt from the Conference League requirements on Thursday to a very different tests today and coming back twice? Yes,
very, very pleased and very proud on the players. Told them afterwards, because this is, it's sports. You can win and lose, but the approach to a game, the way you play, the confidence you have, the style. I think today, and we're always talking about, we want to show our style of play and we want to show our personality. And I have seen it today in the entire game, struggling a little bit coming into the game, finding this switch, but then adapting quickly and then playing our game, and also accepting the strengths of Everton, and they are good in set plays. They just scored against City, so everybody is preparing. They're just doing so great deliveries, and they're physically so strong, and they have a lot of belief in what they are doing. Then they go quite direct forward. Also, when pick four plays their long balls, and they're strong, and then it's okay. We have to compete on the other side, and this is our first goal was the same. They pressed us hard, and we went long, and Jørgen Strand Larsen wins the duel. We pick up the second ball, and then we play and score a nice goal. So sometimes it's not a rocket science football. It's just do the basics right, and I think we did the basics right, and also played some good football. But Everton on the other side as well. They were also always threatening. So when we made 1-2 mistakes at the end, they had 1-2 good transitions. But overall, was a very good performance.
Can you just to Andy then? Yeah.
Is this working? Yeah. Okay. Hi, Oliver. The supporters, it's clear that the supporters have only got one thing on their minds at the moment. They're singing about Leipzig, throughout. So how important is it? And did you see out there today the fact that your players are able to put it to one side, though? Does that performance show you that they're capable of doing that?
Yes, exactly. So, and I think, as I mentioned, it's 2.5 ways. It really feels for us so long, because usually we have to play 5 games between this. So we have now 3 more. 1, 2, 3 more. So normally we would have 4, and with today 5. But then it's so far away. And we always talking. So we're always talking about our standards. And this is ours. We always want to show our standard. And because then we know we will have a good performance, and it means we will get enough points at the end of the season. That doesn't mean that you always win, but I also felt that we had a very good performance at Liverpool when we lost 3-1. We didn't have a good performance against Bournemouth, but today it was a good performance. And I think for me it feels maybe since the Fiorentina home game that everybody now we know we're coming to the final stage of the season. There's a vibe started to create, and maybe we are now. The vibe is here around Selhurst, is around the club, in the club, together with our fans. That everybody is enjoying the football, everybody is enjoying the team, everybody is enjoying the club, everybody is enjoying the fans. So everybody's enjoying himself and the whole situation where we're in. And this vibe is, for me, started from this Fiorentina game, and then it's not a problem to be 2-1 down. It's not a problem for the fans. It's not a problem for the players, because everybody has to believe we can strike back. And this is, I think, what the players, this group of players, created again. I think it was a bit similar before the semi-final and final at Wembley. We played Villa and Man City, but there was this, let's say, same word, vibe, this belief, hey, we can get it done. And this, for me, it feels like it's back again. And we will need this until the 27th of May. And then we are we will have 2.5 great weeks together, and this is what it's all about.
Last one's from Bobby.
Hi Oliver, you targeted double figures for Ismaïla Sarr at the start of the season. Today he became the first Crystal Palace player in 13 years to score 20 goals in a single season. Has how far into double figures he's gone this season taken you by surprise?
Yes, I was asked about it before. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised that it's now 20, but I'm pretty sure it will be more at the end of the season, because he's just doing so well. It's a threat, permanent threat in every single game. And it's not, even he misses 2-3 chances every game. So, but he has this confidence. He knows exactly how we want to play. He knows exactly, and not knowing, he feels the spaces where the ball will arrive. He feels, he's always, yeah, it's great to watch him. Hopefully, no, definitely, there will be a few goals added to the 20.
In these couple of years of working with him, what do you think has improved most about his game?
You know, we didn't find a special button. Nobody found before. We didn't make him quicker. We didn't make him jump higher. I think, and this is what we try with every single player, and not just me, with my staff together, to get the best Ismaïla Sarr, the best Tyrick Mitchell, the best JD Canvo, the best Dean Henderson that he can be. And this is what, from day number one, he came, wasn't allowed to play for Marseille, wasn't allowed to train with the team, 6 months without a game, no preseason. But from day number one, we could see his attitude, we could see his talent. And then we integrated him in the way we are playing. He knows exactly what we are doing, in and out of possession. And of course, and then we are encouraging every single player to play with his strengths. So we don't, of course, I would like to see, but we don't ask Ismaïla to play 6 times one-touch football. But we ask him to make the runs, occupying certain spaces where maybe he creates space for other players. This, let's say, this duo, this tandem with Dani Munoz, and he understands it now. They're playing together for almost 2 years. Everybody, they know each other. He knows when the ball is on the left side where he has to arrive, that he maybe gets the ball, for example, with his header. And all these situations is, let's say, working and training with him, but it's him, because he's listening, he's trying, and always trying to improve, and not being satisfied and saying now, it's fine, I have already scored 19 and it's a great season. No, it's not getting the 20th, getting the 21st, 22nd, and this ambition he has in his mind and the skills he has in his body. So that's why it was not so difficult for us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
See you in 2 days.
Thanks.